Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. We have a system of two linear equations. In the given system of equations, g and h are constants. The system has no solution. The ratio g to h is equivalent to the ratio 15 to k, where k is a constant. What is the value of k? Using the given information, we have to find the value of the constant k. Since we have a system of two linear equations over here, let me consider a system of two linear equations in standard form. That is a1x positive b1y equals to c1. Here we have a linear equation in standard form. We consider this one as standard form because we have x term and y term on one side of the equation and constant on the other side of the equation. Let me consider another linear equation in standard form, that is a2x positive b2y equals to c2. Here we have a system of two linear equations in standard form. Now let me get the ratio of the coefficients of x, then I'm getting a1 over a2. Ratio of the coefficients of y, b1 over b2. Ratio of the constant terms, c1 over c2. Okay, if the system of two linear equations in standard form has no solution, then the ratio of the coefficients of x, the ratio of the coefficients of y will be equal, and both these ratios will not be equal to the ratio of the constant terms. Okay, now our first work is to get both the given equations in standard form. Before that, we have to get rid of the fractions that we have in the given equations so that the calculation process will be easier. Okay, now let me take the first equation, that is g over 4 times x and negative 15 over 4 equals to h over 4 times y negative 3 over 2. Now to get rid of the fractions, we have to get rid of the denominators. Here we have four denominators of 4, 4, 4 and 2. The least common multiple of these denominators is 4. When I multiply both sides of this equation by 4, I'll be able to get rid of all the denominators. Then the fractions will be no more. Okay, now let me multiply both sides of this equation by 4. Okay, now let me do it. Now we can distribute this 4 to this one and this one. Then I'm getting 4 times g over 4 times x negative 4 times 15 over 4 equals to, we can distribute this 4 to this one and this one. Then I'm getting 4 times h over 4 times y negative 4 times 3 over 2. Okay, here this 4 will cancel out, here 4 will cancel out, here 4 will cancel out. 2 goes into 2 one times and 2 goes into 4 2 times. We have gx negative 15 equals to hy negative 6. Okay, now let me continue over here. Let me take this equation as it is. That is gx negative 15 equals to hy negative 6. Okay, here to get this equation in standard form, we have to get the x term and y term on one side of the equation, usually on the left side, and constant term on the other side, that is on the right side. Okay, now let's get rid of this y term on the right side. For that, we have to subtract hy from both sides of the equation. Now to get rid of the constant negative 15 on the left side, we have to add 15 to both sides of the equation. When I do so, this positive hy, negative hy will cancel out. Negative 15, positive 15 will cancel out. I am getting gx negative hy on the left side. On the right side, when I simplify this one, I am getting positive 9. Okay, here I got the first equation in standard form. Okay, now let me do the same thing for the second equation. First, we have to get rid of the denominators 2, 3, 6 and 3. The least common multiple of these denominators is 6. Okay, we can multiply both sides of this equation by 6 to get rid of the denominators. Okay, now let me do it. That is 6 times negative 9 over 2x positive 11 over 3 times y equals to 6 times negative 7 over 6 negative 10 over 3 times y. Okay, now we can distribute this 6 to this one and this one. Then I'm getting 6 times negative 9 over 2x positive 6 times 11 over 3 times y equals to 6 times negative 7 over 6 and negative 6 times 10 over 3 times y. Okay, here 2 goes into 2 one times and 2 goes into 6 3 times. Here 3 goes into 3 one times and 3 goes into 6 2 times, and 6 will cancel out. Here 3 goes into 3 one times and 3 goes into 6 2 times. 3 times negative 9x is negative 27x, and here 2 times 11y is positive 22y equals to negative 7. Negative 2 times 10y is 20y. Okay, now let me add 20y to both sides to get the equation in standard form. So here negative 20y, positive 25 will cancel out. I am getting negative 27x. When I combine them, I am getting positive 42y equals to negative 7. Okay, here I got both the given linear equations in standard form. Okay, now let me erase the stuff and continue the problem. Okay, here we have both the given linear equations in standard form. Now let me get the ratio of the coefficients of x, that is g over negative 27, ratio of the coefficients of y, negative h over 42, and ratio of the constant terms, that is 9 over negative 7. Okay, here there is an information, the system has no solution. Already we have discussed the stuff we have over here. When we have a system of two linear equations in standard form, and the system has no solution, the ratio of the coefficients of x, the ratio of the coefficients of y will be equal, and both these ratios will not be equal to the ratio of the constant terms. So the same stuff we can consider over here, because this system has no solution. The ratio of the coefficients of x, the ratio of the coefficients of y are equal, and both these ratios are not equal to the ratio of the constant terms. Since these two ratios are equal, we can consider this particular part, and we can write this ratio g over negative 27 as a negative g over 27. On the right side, we can take this one as it is, that is negative h over 42. We find negative sign on both sides of this equation. We can multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1 to get up the negative sign on both sides. Okay, when I multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1, I am getting g over 27 on the left side. On the right side, we have h over 42. Now let's consider the information we have over here. That is a ratio g to h is equivalent to the ratio 15 to k. Here we have some information about the ratio g to h. Since we have the ratio g to h over here, we can try to get a g over h here. Already we have g in numerator. Instead of 27, we need h in denominator. How do we have to get h in denominator? For that, we have to multiply both sides of this equation by the fraction 27 over h. Let me do it on the left side over here, 27 over h. Okay, 27 goes into 27 one times, here the same. And here h goes into h one times, and here h goes into h one times. And for both 27 and 42, we have the greatest common divisor 3. That is 3 goes into 27 9 times, and 3 goes into 42 14 times. Okay, here 1 times g is z, h times 1 is h. I am getting g over h on the left side, and 1 times 9 is 9, and 14 times 1 is 14. Okay, here I got the ratio g to h, that is equal to 9 over 14. Already we have the ratio g to h over here, that is the ratio g to h is equivalent to the ratio 15 to k. So g over h equals to 15 to k. So this one 9 over 14 and this one 15 over k. Both of them are equal to the same stuff, that is g over h. Now what we can do is we can equate these two stuff. Okay, let me do it. 9 over 14 equals to 15 over k. Now we can do cross multiplication. Then I'm getting 9 times k equals to 15 times 14. Now let me divide both sides of this equation by 9. Here 9 will cancel out, and for 15 and 9 we have the greatest common divisor 3. That is 3 goes into 9 3 times, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. I'm getting k on the left side. On the right side, 5 times 14 is 70. That is 70 over 3. Okay, here I got the value of k. It is 70 over 3.